And your theme here today is using theater to work with students who come from war zones, which you're doing. How explicitly do you ask students to share war stories?
It usually comes out in the process. So, for example, if we go around and do a theater exercise like, what was the first impression of New York, or what were you thinking, sometimes it will just come out. Or why it came out recently, we were talking about panic and getting on stage and how scary that is for some students to get on stage. And instead of throwing yourself against the wall, for example, as a choice of panic or retreating, what else could we do? And one girl from Iraq who's here very recently, whose father was an interpreter for the American Army, and they came in 2008, but they left Iraq in 2004. She said, oh, well, it just reminds me of stress. And my father's face was shot, and he has had 17 surgeries. And she started crying in the class. I said, well, do you feel okay about telling that story? And she said, yes. So then our job is to figure out, how do you incorporate such a heavy story with kids into a theater piece? And
John Starkey, with the heaviness of the stories, is this kind of teaching dangerous on any level for the kids, emotionally dangerous, rather than sticking to, math and reading and history?
Right. Well, it's. I just wanted to make one correction. There's actually 10 international high schools now, 2 that just opened in California. So we're serving more of the immigrant community. And part of all of the international high school pedagogical philosophy is teaching English through content and through themes and projects. And the way that we can get the kids to get engaged and increase the graduation rate for these recently arrived immigrants is using their own experiences as part of the context for the class. So we have to be very sensitive and balance these issues that they bring into the classroom, make sure that we have the rigorous curriculum, but also give them options and choices to be able to write about and talk about these experiences, but also the space that if they're not comfortable, not to push that so we don't, further traumatize them.
Stephanie Saint-Val, why did you join this theater program?
I joined the theater program because I feel like theater is it's like a place that I can express my thought, my feelings, so I enjoy.
Mm-hmm. And I gather that you spoke openly in class about post-traumatic stress from your experience during the Haitian coup in 2004. You were really little. Why did you bring it up in conjunction with the theater class?
Well, I bring it up because I feel like if I don't talk about it, if I don't share it, then there's no way that I'm going to be able to move on.
It's more about freezing, I think, in that moment. Everybody was kind of frozen. And I guess the other thing is that because John has been at the school for so long and I've been there so long and the program has changed over time and in relationship with the principal, the counselors. So when we're doing something and say, okay, this is too much, let's go. We have really good counselors there. I think that's important for people to hear.
So it's theater, but in coordination with guidance counselors and social workers and so forth.
We're pretty steeped in the school right now as like a community.
Madeha, you've been here from Afghanistan since you're a baby, right?
Yes.
And you're at, LaGuardia Community College now?
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And what was the role of this cross-cultural dialogue theater class for you?
I think it's a great experience. My sister was in this class as well, and through my sister, I learned a lot. Like, we had some shows and expressing our feelings.
And what was the international high school like for you? Did it seem like Babel, do you know that word? Hard to communicate or to form community with so many languages, so many cultures? By definition, as John was saying, people with very limited English from everywhere. Mm-hmm. Or did it tie people from around the world to each other?
I think it's like a group of people coming together and just being together. I learned 4 languages. And
which ones?
Like Hindi, Punjabi, like these languages. I learned these languages through my friends.
From your classmates.
Mm-hmm.
Stephanie, what about for you? Being with people from all over the world like this, is it tough?
No, it is not tough at all for me because
not confusing?
No, not at all, because I feel related. I feel kind of related because it's not like I feel like, okay, we are in this school because we have something in common.
This is the one place on earth where people from all over the world feel related?
Yeah.
Yes.
And we feel like we're a family, so we're open to the teachers, even though sometimes we give the teachers hard time, but we work it out.